Welcome back everyone to another episode of Style Drops. Today I want to talk about keeping your space fresh. Think of this as another Style Hacks video version 3.0. There's a fundamental difference between keeping your space fresh and perpetually chasing whatever trend is currently having its moment on social media. This channel will always be in support of you discovering your best and highest expression, honing your style and comfort, and not mirroring a personality. Style is your personality. It is not purchased through a cool, chic, or any current core. Style Drops is all about collecting and creating, not curating your aesthetic. Keeping it fresh means your space evolves with you, reflects current energy without being a slave to trends, and maintains its essential character while incorporating new elements that genuinely serve you, rather than just performing for an audience that probably isn't paying as much attention as you think they are. It's the art of staying relevant and alive without abandoning your authentic aesthetic every time the design industrial complex decides to pivot to a newest money-making trend. Trends are the zeitgeist, meaning the current vibe. Trends exist because they capture something about the current cultural moment, not because you need to incorporate every trend into your space like you're desperate to prove you're current, but because trends can offer fresh perspectives, especially for those who prefer neutral interiors. In case you haven't heard, color is rolling in like a tsunami, and that is one of the main aspects of this video. Ways to integrate a space without opening a new credit card, or rethinking the entire current design direction. For all who are obsessed with neutrals and its preferred aesthetic, it's now all about adding some textures and tones, and leveling up from one-color interiors. But the tide is changing, and we're now ushering in major color for our interiors, to cinematic proportions. Whether you couldn't care less now, eventually, you might find yourself filtering in even the smallest amounts of color throughout your spaces, because that is what happens. Eventually, the marketing machine wins. That's the objective. So let's just say that you might be open, but not 100% convinced that you should implement some touches here and there, just to freshen up the look. Well then maybe of these decor finds might persuade you. Keeping spaces fresh doesn't require constant renovation, or a significant expense, or even abandoning everything you currently have in favor of whatever's new. This video is all about helping you to make bolder and more personal choices because you're not constrained by what you think will be acceptable by others. These fixes are rooted in authentic preference rather than external validation. The main point of this approach is to avoid expensive overhauls. Though your space should always evolve around creating an experience while keeping the budget low. Trust your instincts about what feels right, not what is crowdsourced. You'll know when something is not working anymore, even if you can't always articulate why. That feeling of it just looking tired, or random. The beauty of doing a refresh on your space often only involves just one or two elements, versus what the market dictates as current or in demand. Here's the real secret to keeping your space that no trend cycle will ever tell you, because it would completely undermine their business model. Space is designed authentically for you, reflecting your genuine preferences and evolving with your actual needs. That's the ultimate goal. Being a gatekeeper to your brand. Simple strategic changes create freshness without requiring expensive renovations to ensure your space stays genuinely fresh. So let's first start with the basics. Like Gail has explained in a previous video, first rearrange what you have. This costs nothing and forces you to see your space with fresh eyes. Move furniture to create new conversation zones, angle pieces differently, and float things you've always pushed against walls. Edit decor ruthlessly. Sometimes the freshest thing you can do is simply use what you own in new configurations that better serve your current needs, or create different energy in familiar spaces. Now let's dive in. The first fresh fix is all about adding new art. It needs to be a bold change, something a little out of the box from the norm. One of Gail's favorite ways to make a bold statement, for her budget-conscious badasses, is framing a wallpaper mural, or at least part of one. Bring the mural to a local framer, and have the framer mount the wallpaper to a foam core board, and then have them frame that foam core without using glass. You can create one extra-large framed art, 2 panels, or even 3 individual selections. No matter if you prefer neutrals or if you're looking for a major pop of color, framing a wallpaper mural is such a great way to go. Here is another aspect of that same feel. It's definitely for those who prefer a more elegant and refined interior expression. This decor find was discovered at World Market, and these fabulous mirrors are all about understated elegance, giving the vibe of Degournay wallpaper, a very high-end luxe wallpaper. Gail loves this decor find because of its luxe vibe at a fraction of the original price for the wallpaper. Continuing on with a wallpaper theme, this idea is perfect for the wallpaper phobic, and is another of Gail's personal favorites. Select an armoire or preferred floor cabinet that has doors, and place wallpaper only on the inside, so when you open the doors, it's a major ta-da moment. This idea freshens and surprises even those with the most stoic of interiors, whether you choose neutral wallpapers or vibrant color choices. Another great way to freshen up a space without taking out a second mortgage is to either replace the coffee table or recover the current ottoman to give the room a fresh touch. Once again, if neutrals are the play, please do not select another solid cream or white. Use a mixed-tone fabric, and for those who are not color-shy, try infusing even more color and pattern with new fabric selections. Next up, a great rug moment. You might be aware of the huge Harlequin pattern style direction occurring within the market now. Well, this decor find that Gail discovered is a major must-have. No high-cost room reno, just a great way to engage in a current vibe. Let's move on to another great way to freshen up a space, for little to no monies. How about adding some piping to pillows, or even the edge of drapes? Whether you can sew, or know someone who can help, piping is an instant game changer, adding an instant touch of elegance. Okay, this next one is a throwback to Gail's past. This was something she always did, and it instantly freshens up a space. In fact, since writing this, she is thinking of removing the glass in front of her shower and putting this look back up, and that is using 2 curtains flanking the bathtub. It is so warm and inviting, and is spot on for the coming home design direction, where it's all about texture, warmth and coziness. For Gail's final decor fix for freshness, bring in some nature with branches, not silks or plastics. Natural branches add life and can be changed seasonally, keeping spaces feeling current and alive without requiring any permanent changes. Nature is the ultimate renewable freshness source. It's all about making bolder and more personal choices because you're not constrained by what you think will be acceptable. These current fixes are rooted in authentic preferences rather than external validation. This is the point where freshness wins, as your space always evolves around the desire to create an experience, not create another expense for you. Trust your instincts about what feels played out, because you know when something's not working anymore, even if you can't always articulate why. That feeling is worth acting on, and the solution is usually simpler than completely redesigning everything. Often it's just 1 or 2 elements that need refreshing rather than a complete redo. Here's the real secret to keeping your space fresh that no trend influencer will ever tell you, because it would completely undermine their business model. Spaces designed authentically for you, reflecting your genuine preferences, and evolve with you and your actual needs through the years. These spaces are not designed to impress others, or meet external standards about what sophisticated spaces supposedly require. They express your soul's music, and that can be timeless. Until next time, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.